I'm not going to go start a forum thread talking about how rock is a waste of development time and resources, even though it doesn't apply to me at all in general. Oh, my phone's not even plugged in. You unplugged the charger. That's why my phone's not charging. Because you knocked the plug out of the thing. Alright, it seems a little slow. There aren't $15 combos at Hex. Ooh, it's not an exact mirror. They're playing the sockets configuration, which this is actually pretty slow against. Everything should be targeted at me. Yeah, exactly. I love that. Making rock an immortal doesn't let rock do what the purpose of the rock format is supposed to do. Those rock tournaments are supposed to be an introductory format for new players to have Hex be accessible to them, and making it immortal makes it inaccessible. So why would you make a decision to make your accessible format inaccessible? That's a good question, Apprentice. For those that haven't been keeping up on Hex news, so rock is an all commons and uncommons format, so no rares or legendaries. So if your card has a red symbol or a blue symbol, it is not legal in the rock format. The mic quality is substantially, it is literally the exact same. Okay, now I'm gonna, all right, hold on, I'm muting myself, and I'm going to listen to my archive that I just finished recording. I love 1282. Oh, is that clipping? Is that why it's bad? Check 1282. That might be better. 1282. 1282. Checking the microphone. Checking the microphone. Hey 212. 1282. 1282. 1282. 12. Alright, that's probably fine. Alright, what am I doing over here? So they played a thing. We're probably pretty dead here, actually, right? It's pretty slow in the draw. I love the certainty, and TCG players do this in every format. The certainty with which that they know that X deck is the best deck and better than the alternatives, when like we really haven't had tournaments in the format. The conscript deck might be busted, but like the certainty with which people are like, it's cracked in half and we're sure about it, and it's gonna ruin the format. It's like, I get it, Function had a couple of tournaments, but like the little things that Function have that most people weren't able to play in because it wasn't handled in client are not like going to define the format most likely. No, the gain was higher, so maybe it was clipping. It sounded like it was kind of clipping in my recording, in my Turbo PA video. Discord is bugged and fucks with my audio settings. People like absolute statements, everything. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what. Dad's putting on a show, and then that's it. That's what you're watching. Okay, you're done. We're done switching. No more goes because you keep asking me to switch it. Alright, what's something you actually watch? Alright, rescue bots. You're getting rescue bots. Alright, let's go first. Declan, I'm gonna teach you a word that you're gonna have to get used to. No. Nope. You're done. We're done picking. Nope, you're done picking. Sorry, I know, it's tough being two. Sorry, toddler. So, our opponent, Seth P. here, is showing us a very important thing. If you're going to put Century of Nulzan in your deck, make sure you always play it on one. You don't put this card in your deck if you're not going to play it on the first turn. It's much worse if you don't play it on the first turn. 1 cost Ardent Crusader, confirmed good. Alright. Am I just playing a Crusader of my own here? Probably. I guess they don't have a ton of removal, and I can't attack anyway, so I'm just going to play the Scion out. Actually in a pretty bad spot. Opponent's deck with the Sentry Starts are particularly good against us. Burgle and I spent some time testing this matchup the other night, and the hands where this deck does not have Sentry Starts are definitely a pretty solid favorite for this version of the deck, I think, the non-socketed configuration. But, and you have multiple or even just single Sentry, I think you're usually a pretty big favorite on the socket side of this matchup. Third Sentry's less good. It's a free Ardent Crusader. Yeah, the problem is that in general, Magistrate isn't very good in this matchup. So like playing a 2/3 that can't attack is like kind of mediocre. I think Magistrate's good on the other side of the table because our deck generates a lot of Valors, but like when we're not generating Valors, I'm gonna chump block one of these here with this candle, and then next turn I'll have 2 Swift Strikers out. Vandalize is okay. Like, killing these artifacts isn't particularly meaningful, but it will give us a way to create, or trigger or illuminate at... So now they can't really attack in. Alright, they have a piece of removal. Nope. I'm just letting me Swift Strike this down. Maybe I should have chump blocked one of those. They have another Crusader. Huh. Yeah, I probably should have chump blocked this. This one I wasn't thinking. Looking a little bit quickly. Put a non-resource on top of my deck here. Hero of Legend out, make a candle. Need a Valor Producer. If we get a Valor Producer, we should be able to run them out of this game pretty easily. You can find the stream schedule listed down below. If you're on mobile, you can go to the information section and find it. The Haraza banner is going to make these phantoms kill us pretty quickly. Another Vandalize tilt. I wonder if I'm just supposed to, like, end step Vandalize these idiots. Yeah, I'm gonna Vandalize these at end of turn here. I think I'm gonna start making my candles larger at this point. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm gonna attack with both these Crusaders this turn. Never hitting a Valor generator is pretty unfortunate. I guess Hero of Legend is like kind of a Valor generator, but like no Hero of Legend, no Moonrise Elder. Wow, they just gave us 4 Valors. Alright, candles get bigger. Candles get bigger. No. Dude, I told you were done. Candles get bigger.
Hey.
You want my headset? They have some kind of evasive threat here? Or are they just dead to my candle army? Alright, just dead to the candle army. Alright, sweet. Who's cute? Who's an adorable Declan? Who's an adorable Declan? See adorable Declan here? Is our headset? Candle art evolved, that's my bingo square. I mean, to be fair, I think we were ahead regardless of what happened there. If they kill our Ardent Crusaders, it's better for them, but like, they're still pretty far behind. Like, then we have Phantoms and they don't, and they still don't have good attacks. Pretty easy redraw here. Yeah, I really wish they'd change the auction house so you could just leave things listed or list things en masse. Like, honestly, so this is actually kind of an interesting economics discussion. I wonder how much cheaper Hex staples would be if the auction house was easier to work. I think part of the reason why some of the Hex cards are as expensive as they are is because it's clunky and awkward to list things on the auction house. Give me a ruby, please. Give me a ruby, please. Ding. Fries are done. Just vandalize the crap out of this. Like, can I just, like, list things and say, leave this up here until someone buys it? Like, second altar tilt. Okay, well, thankfully, these games often don't come down to card advantage. I hope. I'm gonna play this Heart of Embers next turn and generate 2 Valors. They don't have a ton of removal in their deck, usually just, like, a couple Martyrs and a couple Decrees. It's a pretty good one as well. So next turn, I'm going to be able to go Intrepid Conjurer, triple Valor. So if they don't have an answer to this as Heart of Embers, they're just going to get run out of this game. I don't know. I wouldn't say that the AH isn't easy to use. Like, the interface isn't complicated. The AH is just clunky to use, right? Hopefully this is the tank of a person that doesn't have a way to answer this Heart of Embers. That would be wonderful. You can illuminate, friendo. Yep, no blocks. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree it's cumbersome, but I just think calling it whatever is the wrong adjective. Calling it hard is the wrong adjective. Alright, sweet. Well, So, Wise Magistrate, again, I said it's annoying for this deck, and it is. I think we're going to Valor here, shoot the Wise Magistrate, which makes this cost 3. And then I can play this, which generates a new Valor, which will cost 1. Yeah, so I can play this, generate a new Valor. This Valor costs 1. Valor this, shoot this. And to be fair, in Hexen's defense, the AH interface in the PS4 client looks really good, so I'm excited to get the quick buy, quick sell options into the desktop client at some point. Yeah, DJ Darkheart's going to be a little bit too late here for them. They kind of needed that last turn, so I'm going to get to sack this Intrepid Conjurer here. You could hit me again. And then I'm going to play this Wartorn General and, like, have a bunch of Valors in my hand and just, like, mow this down and everything else. Like, just continue going wide with these dorks. So play this, make a Valor. Go Valor this, shoot your Darkheart. Valor this, shoot your Darkheart. And I think I actually just want to put a resource on top of my deck here, right? Because next turn, I'm going to Champ Power. And I'm going to play this, make 2 Valors, and then I can make 2 things, shoot 2 things. Yeah. Maybe attacking with this is aggressive. These decks sometimes have Totem Trap in their board. Maybe I'm supposed to be a little bit defensive on this attack because they get to banner this turn. We're still going to be fine here though, right? Got 2 blockers. They should be pretty dead. Jump. Alright, play that. Generate 2 Valors. Do this. Shoot your candle. Make a guy. Make a gal. Yep. Then make another one. Play a resource. Hit my thing. Crush. Like I said, I think there's a reason why this configuration of Ardent has won out over the Sockets variation that was played earlier in the season. Like, the format is so removal light right now, and this Diamond Ruby Ardent deck just has so many must-answer threats. And, like, the format being removal light is a symptom of Haraza, right? Like, playing a deck that's trying to, like, 1-for-1 a bunch is, like, really not particularly impressive when, like, every card your opponent plays has speed and +1 power. I'm just, like, reveling in the fact that, like, does this deck lose anything next set? It loses a couple of things. The biggest thing it loses is the cobblestones. It loses a couple of the one-ofs, but like nothing super critical rotates out of this deck. This deck is a great investment if you're looking to dive into Hex and you're looking for something that's mostly rotation proof. Morning, Squan. Pretty easy redraw here. Only one resource in our opener. Wasn't an ice. That sounds fine. Not super exciting, but fine. It's a little bit light on action, but this Diamond Ice guarantees we're going to draw at least one non-resource this game. Another Haraza Mirror looks like. I'm expecting a lot of Haraza Mirrors on the ladder. People that are looking to win and looking to ladder quickly are going to be playing the Haraza deck. Yeah, all of the Valor stuff is set 5, set 6. So that's just like a quick way to know. All Valors was 5-6, so anything that has to do with Valors is not rotating. Yeah, I think you'll probably have to adjust this deck slightly to play less double diamond cards, but like, to be fair, the double diamond cards that this deck is playing are largely due to Turbo PA being a deck. Like, we don't need a bunch of Wise Magistrates in this deck if Turbo PA doesn't exist, and Turbo PA won't exist as a combo deck because Cyclone Shaper is rotating. We were actually talking about that in our team chat last night, Dia. I don't actually think Control is playable in this format, even if it had Extinction, because this Burning Banner is just so obnoxious. It's so powerful. Also, I didn't finish my thought earlier. Do any of you all remember the people earlier this season talking about how aggro was going to be unplayable if they banned Lasgar's Vengeance? I can't help but just like chuckle uncontrollably when I think about the people that said that. Just like looking at this, I'm pretty sure this Haraza deck is the best deck of this current format. And actually, I'm gonna have a primer. So if you're interested in this deck and you're not familiar with like how to reserve with it and stuff like that, I'm gonna have a full primer on this deck going up on the main Hex TCG website later today. So opponent has a bunch of Valors, but we've got a bunch of Wise Magistrates. They have the -2 cost gem in there. Interesting. Yeah, like, people, like, it makes me so incredibly happy at how wrong those people were. People thought Diamond Sapphire Control was going to be unbeatable, and they thought aggro was going to be unplayable. And I was just like, neither of those things are true, and then neither of those things came true, and it was just truly, truly wonderful. I don't think the Hideous Conversion deck is very good. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have not offered to trade a Magistrate because it makes their Valors worse for a turn. Yeah, I probably should have waited on the Magistrate. That being said, I don't think Hideous Conversion is a great deck for the format. I think it's more miserable than Turbo PA to play with and against. So I wouldn't shed no tears if it wasn't legal anymore. Shoot this guy because it makes, we know 2 of the cards in their hand are Valors right now. If I attack with this, they could trade it for these 2, and I don't want to offer that trade. Go ahead and attack with this guy. If they want to trade both of these for this, I'm fine with that. Next turn, if they don't kill this Heart of Embers, they're going to lose the game to just these 3 Valors in my hand. So, Bob, I subscribe to the school of thought that a deck being powerful isn't the only reason it's worthwhile to remove it from a format. I think a deck being miserable to play with and against is a fine reason to make it not be legal in your format. And I think Hideous Conversion fits that description. I think you can get, like, the Hideous Conversion deck, I don't think is consistent enough to like warrant. This is just a I'm dead attack, right? This is a block here, trade here, take 9, go to 2, and then kill them on the backswing. Let's close on a dragon, shall we? Rawr! Here there be dragons. I think I'm going to cut these Lyvaanths and this Exalted Knight, and I'm going to bring in the last Wise Magistrate and 2 Inquisitors. That. Bob, I think there's a. I know. I don't know. I don't think you're being intentionally obtuse, but the gameplay that Heartless, Hideous Conversion, and decks like it generate is fundamentally different than the type of gameplay that aggro decks generate in terms of what people's subjective feelings are and how they feel about it.
Mom, I'm a pig, Mom. Mom, I'm up down. I'm up.
No, you're watching bots. I'm not playing this I pick every episode game. Go watch your bots. Or go play with your trains. I agree that fun is a subjective metric, but I also think there are some things that this thing that we dislike subjectively is a more popular opinion than others. I agree. I don't think Turbo PA... I agree. I think Turbo PA falls into that exact same thing, and I think if Turbo PA wasn't rotating, I would probably say you could get that out of standard. If Turbo PA wasn't rotating with set 8, I would probably be suggesting that we remove part of it from the standard format. Just because of the play patterns that it generates. It's like funny the first time, but like the 100th time it's just like, ugh. Well, no, but the problem with Hideous Conversion is that you're not guaranteed dead. It's like if you played Magic, the Eggs deck or Storm, you have to sit there because you might not lose. Yeah, just because like that, and that's why the Hideous Conversion deck again goes back to it's not actually that good because there's a large subset of the time where the Hideous Conversion deck combos and then doesn't win the game. Guaranteeing another resource here. Yeah, probably. Man, wait, this is weird. It's like we're playing a mirror. My opponent's got Wartorn Generals and Intrepid Conjurers, and so do I. They're lethal. Most of the time, they're lethal. Gives you a draw step. Show the requirements. The requirements to not give you a draw step make the combo even more convoluted and inconsistent than it is to start. Ugh. Well, the fact that they have a Scion probably means we're gonna lose here. I get that there's this some weird 4-card combo that is gonna mean that that's not the case, but that's like again then there's like this 4-card combo. The Haraza deck's still gonna be a deck next season, 10 out of 10. The Galvanism gem is just so obnoxious. Whoa! They put removal in their deck. Now we're super dead. And I attack with this and this. No, they just made this Candlelis turn. It's just gonna attack with this, and I'll trade. Wait, what? Deal. That's really good for us. So a little sad that I fate weaved a resource earlier since we've just drawn more resources. That being said, this Ardent Crusader is gonna help us hold the fort down. He's the big boy. Oh, they have another Scion. Okay, that attack makes sense. Huh. Maybe I'm supposed to block the Wartorn General because the attack with the Scion indicates that they're likely have another Scion. Yeah, that was probably a misread on my part. Oh, was I supposed to eat the General too, like with one of my other ones? Yeah, that's fair. I have two of these. So like, yeah, I think you're right. I think I should have traded with just eaten both. I think that is a reasonable assessment. I should have just eaten both of their guys. Traded with that and that. First one to a Moonrise Elder wins. I'd be in a really good position right now if I would have traded with this. Just like was down an Intrepid Conjurer, they'd be down like 3 Conjurers, and like their candles would be smaller and stuff too. It was a pretty sizable mistake. They don't have stellar attacks here, but their attacks aren't getting much better, so like I wouldn't be too surprised if they pushed here. Wow. Okay. Huh. So I'm gonna eat this, and then trade here, and then take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I think that's the line. Be dead on board. Dude. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. So we are not dead on board. These phantoms might clean us up. We're dead to a resource though, right? Declan's got a set of pipes on him, and he is not afraid to use them. I think I'm actually just supposed to jump here, right? This takes 4 down to 1. Yeah, so my blocks on that early turn, 10 out of 10 cost me this game. My opponent would have had a much worse board at the end there had I traded with the Wartorn General on that bad attack that they made. So I'm gonna cut this and bring in the last Inquisitor. It's better against their Valor producers, I think, marginally. You can see here we're already in game 3 of the second match in 34 minutes, and we've played 2 matches with PA in an hour. Okay, it seems decent. It's a little awkward that we have Inquisitor and double diamond cards. We're not gonna be able to play this on 3, but I can play this on 3, and I've got the Moonrise Elder, so hopefully we ice into an ice here. For the Rotten Rancor decks, or Kaigalicha Reanimator decks that see Fringe play in the format, and the Kaigalicha decks are actually pretty good against the Ardent deck on average. Well, I don't know if that's strictly true. They're good against some of the configuration. The Rancor configurations are good against this deck. You know, William Rowan. Yeah, let's just try and get my pupper out. Just need to draw another Ruby, and then this hand's gonna bring him to the Pound Town beatdown. Which are in 2 play is good for us. Let's save another Conjurer. Sweet. No blocks. Get my Rowan triggers in. Find my pupper. X is a skill game. Outskilled my opponent here. So William Rowan, when he comes into play, he creates this Rowan card and puts it into your deck. And then when he attacks, he moves Rowan up 5 slots in your deck. And then if the dog is on top of your deck, it flips it into play. So, you know. That's how it's supposed to work. This card's great. Alrighty, do this. This deals double damage, right? And when it attacks, all of my things get +1/+1. When this attacks, if you control row, your troops get... Oh, yeah. Crunch. William is legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Truly, truly unique. A legend among unique legends. So bad chump block. They're probably pretty raked no matter what they do, but they should have blocked this because it's dealing double damage. They'd be 2 points higher if they blocked here. They're dead either way. No blocks. Yeah, the Inquisitor probably ices them. The searing heat of truth enlightens. What? What savory flavor text? Gonna light them up. Light them up. They're on fire! The game's opponent. Oh. Sorry, I'm a lucker if you go back and watch this on the archives. Lucky puppy. Lucky puppy. Puppy. Correct. It cannot have the same gem twice. Your Tilt Angel is really good if you're chronically lucky. What if I told you we used to play Tilt Angel and William Rowan together in the same deck because I am exceptionally lucky? Ooh, we're gold. Oh. Man, I miss the days when cell phones didn't get telemarketer calls. Anyone remember those days? I feel like that was a thing that used to not happen. While we're waiting for this next match to pop, I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, good night to everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us while we battle some Hex Shards of Fate. The ladder season just rolled over, so be sure to get in and earn those in-game prizes on the ladder. If you're enjoying what you see, please hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, you want to help support my Hex content a little bit past that, there's a couple of different ways you can do that. The best way is by subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. Both of those help support my content financially directly, so I can spend more time producing content like this and less time doing other things. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. They do custom playmats and mouse pads and sleeves for physical TCGs. And hexprimal.com would love to buy and sell Hex TCG singles with you. So if you're gonna buy some Hex cards anyways, do it with Hex Primal and use promo code Jeff5 to save 5% on your orders with them. No, yeah, tilt angel. Someone is always tilting when there's a Tilt Angel about. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm gonna put a non-resource on top of my deck here on the off chance I hit a 2-drop. Although most of my 2-drops, I guess I get a Wartorn General, because I can find resources with these guidances, so. Tilt angel, tilt angel. Do 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 do. Hey, Intrepid Conjurer. Guidance. Don't you want to guidance? Don't you want to guidance? Bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum 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 dun 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 dun. Oh no! What a cheap shot, opponent. Gotta take cheap shots at my poor little conjurer. No twilight, 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 no twilight. Yes! 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 I'm gonna grab a non-resource. In this case, we had a 1 or a 2 drop. Alright, I'm gonna guidance for a shard here, I think. Alright, we're gonna burn this banner to the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, definitely. And actually, I think the Blood Diamond Constant deck's a very reasonable choice if you're looking to get into the constructed format and looking at the constructed format right now and pick up a deck where nothing really is really rotating out of it. The only relevant card that the Constance deck is losing is what's it called? I'm blanking on the name. Radiant Physician. All right. Do I want a hero? I can't play Wise Magistrate. Almost made a pretty big mistake there. I'm gonna shoot this. It's gonna chump block twice, so like dealing 3 damage here and having it get rid of a chump block is like dealing an extra point of damage in a way. Another Nightfall is pretty bad for us. Do I have Scouring Lights in my board of this deck? I don't remember. Chart is okay. I think we're still losing this race, right? If they have any removal, we're certainly losing this race. They're coming across for 14 here, but they're gaining 5, and we're probably losing one of these, right? Like they have 3 cards in their hand. Oh yeah, super dead. That's true. I agree with that assessment. Our hand was a little... It's possible our hand was supposed to be a mulligan this game. Oh, I've got Blinding Ires. That's fine. You just need, like, some way to interact with their one crapper. Magistrate. I think Wise Magistrate's worse than Inquisitor in this matchup. I think I want Crusaders to be bait weave in this matchup. The Swift Strike's not really relevant. Yes, we were. I was at 3. Martyr only hits troops. This is pretty good. Bully Boy on 2. The Fate Weaver resource. Yeah, Decree's a little annoying. AA Decree. No, still no ruby. It's a little unfortunate because, like, even if we hit our first ruby here, to play these cards, I can't banner even with this next turn if we hit a ruby because we need double ruby for our burning banner. The AA Decree is from the Collector's deck. Right, got that going for us. Just gonna play a Scion out here, tech for 4. Like, disappointed a little bit. I mean, I can't be too picky, right? Like, they're putting my face on a thing in the game, so I'm not gonna be rude and look a horse mouth. I was hoping to draw cards though. I was certainly hoping to draw cards. He still generates value, right? Like, even if you're against 1-for-1 removal, it's still like reasonable value card. Come on, ruby threshold, ruby threshold. Nope. Yeah, it's just Moonrise Elder here, I think. That's fine. It's like likely constructed playable. They're gaining 4. We're taking 3 here.
A pick more. My pick. Up. Pick.
Killing my Scion is good for us since I have a second one here in my hand. That. Yep. So this card is free to play if they control a Nightfall and a Daybreak, which they do. Let's play this. Let's Valor my Ardent Crusader so I can attack in. We need that second ruby like last turn. You're not winning this race without it. Ugh. Ruby, please. Ruby, please. All right. Is that enough for lethal? I don't actually know. We're dead next turn otherwise, right? So I play this. Valor this, make a thing. Valor this, make a thing. I think we're short. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only do 17. Yep, dead. I guess I should have attacked in case I miscounted, but I'm pretty sure it's 17. One turn short on the ruby. Nope, ladder matches do not have an entry fee. Just queue right on in. So Cassia likely means Turbo PA. You might have misblocked. That's fair. I mean, it's not really a complicated block, the biggest one. Yep. Okay, yeah, so I could have been one point short instead of 2 points short. You're right. It is more damage that way. Seems okay. Doesn't have any of our hate bears in it. For Magic, you need to pay money to play meaningful matches. The just for fun and practice rooms on Magic Online are worse than like the unranked queue on Hex TCG. It's really bad. Yep, looks like Turbo PA. Not too surprised. Okay, offer these trades. These Candlekin are a valuable resource to our opponent. Offer the trade. Deal. Magic Online. If you're winning, Magic Online can make you money, but like it's literally gambling, right? Like just like you know, playing poker and blackjack or whatever at the casino, you can make money if you're doing well. You could lose. It adds up really quickly. Like you can burn through leagues in like less than an hour a lot of the time. So like you can spend like $12 an hour playing Magic Online, like burning through it. You have to have a pretty significant win rate to do well on Magic Online. Which, I mean, if you do have a significant win rate, it's nice. Like, I make money playing Magic Online while streaming. So, like, it's not impossible. It's just hard. And that's, like, on top of the high upfront investment that, like, you have to spend, like, you know, $200 to have a competitive deck. So, like, you have to, like, put up this large chunk of money and then put up money consistently. It's like if you had to like buy a $200 poker deck to then wager money playing poker. All right, no Shaper yet is really good for us. That is true. I do let other people subsidize the meme decks. But I mean, like, when I'm spending my own money, we play good decks and I make money playing good decks. I mean, even Momir, you need the Momir has. Does Momir have a league? I'm actually not sure. Oh, are we just gonna get like taken to the Browntown Candle Beatdown here? Lordy, they're on the backup plan. Yeah, it's like upwards of $100 a month though, to like be able to actually play all the formats. I think we're on defense for a turn here. We're on defense for a turn. Wait, what? They have Zip Zapper in their deck? Interesting. Huh. Huh. They might have bounty in their deck. Zip Zapper tells me like they might have bounty. I think I'm just supposed to apply pressure here, right? Or not. I'm gonna attack with these. They want to trade 2 candles for these. That's fine. Yeah, Zip Zapper makes escalate cards better. So I have three Wise Magistrate in my main as a small hedge in this matchup, and then I've got a 4th Wise Magistrate and 3 Inquisitor of Lumos on my board. Here's a Psychic Ascension. They don't have a ton of resources though, so like we're not in a terrible spot, especially if we hit like another Moonrise Elder or like a Heart of Embers here, something to like produce more Valors. I mean, a very reasonable position. Ding. I'm gonna make a candle with this one. And then I think the next 2 are going to pump candles to make them 3/3 so I can attack into their candles well. Rune binding my thing. That's a tilt. I think I'm just attacking with these 2 again. If they want to trade, that's fine. Wouldn't be too surprised they trade this time through. Oh, okay. Holding this Valor until we get this Heart of Embers back. I'm pretty sure they're playing Zip Zapper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we'll go to 9. They must have generated like a Dread End or something, right? Or maybe they got that, they generated that card that like gives all their troops +2/+2. Am I dead to that? Would be. God damn it. God damn it, Hoagland. I should have blocked one more. As soon as I blocked, I was like, what if they made the thing that gives all their stuff plus power? And that's exactly what they had. Yep. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, I should have put like 2 more blockers in. I should have blocked just enough to have lethal on the backswing is what should have happened. Oh, what do I want to cut? Swift Strike is not relevant in these, so let's put Fate Weave into them again. Just like Swift Strike in the mirror, it's why I'm starting them, and I'm Swift Strike. Mainstream Hero of Legend? Is that insane? I feel like that's probably not insane. Connecting can be hard in this matchup sometime. How long are we on the Hex plan today? It's about noon 30. Turbo PA Rogue. Vandalize the Zip Zappers. Yeah, rough them up. Seems great. Put it on the 61 card special here post board. Yes, Rogue. Play this Ruby out so we can Inquisitor next turn. Yep. Here's my hate bear. There aren't many like them, but this one is mine. Valoring her is also kind of fun because she does damage equal to her power whenever they play a non-troop card. Wonder if they have like interrupts in their deck. I'm not gonna attack with this. I don't want to like run into something weird. Next turn I can play Scion, play Valor, shoot this. Yes. It increases. It basically escalates. It means like if you had already played it once, like just increases all the numbers by whatever the normal step up is. Get a little greedy here and hit a resource. Hopefully hit a non-slow shard. Ding. Gives us an extra trigger off of this turn. Do this. Make a candle. Shoot this. Time to smash. Taking 8 down to 15. Seems like a Dread End here. Should be in a pretty good spot. Yep, take 2. Trigger. Trigger. Card you play, take 2. Are you dead yet? Oh no, they runebound my thing. D.O.B. D.O.B. That game was more in line with my testing in this matchup. Yeah, maybe. I kind of wanted to make another Conjurer. Like, diversify my threats a little bit. On the off chance they hit... So, like, on the off chance they hit an answer right away. And if they don't hit an answer right away, like, we're not in a rush. Zen seems fine. It's got all my thresholds. It's got a guidance to find some more action. It's got a Wise Magistrate on 2. Let's go! Let's go! Tilt. Tilt! This guaranteed finds me a thing. Ooh, another hateful card. Worth noting, can't Wise Magistrate on 2 and Inquisitor on 3. Things you are not able to do. We can, however, Wise Magistrate on 2, Hero of Legend on 3, Inquisitor on 4. These are my hateful bears. These are my hateful bears. Not offering this trade here. I don't want to. This card has enough of an impact that I'm not... Like, I've talked about previously, like, how trading aggressively with the PA deck is good because their troops are basically their resources. But in this case, Wise Magistrate is more valuable to me than their cards are to them. Let's go ahead and attack with this Hero of Legend. They could trade their Cyclone Shaper for it, but I'm fine with that. Ding, fries are done. Let's play this Inquisitor out. I think I'm just going to play this Intrepid Conjurer. Rune binding that, okay. Also worth noting, opponent currently missing Diamond Threshold. So that's another thing. If you looked at the PA list that we played this morning, I added a couple of Howling Plains Bluegrass to add a little bit of consistency because the Threshold base is another thing that beats you in PA a lot of the time. Like, in addition to your opponent having annoying, hateful cards, you having Threshold issues that will bite you a non-zero amount. Nope, those are the three places to get cards from. Alright, lead on you. See what you got. More hateful cards! All the hate! Let the hate flow through you, my child. Let the hate flow through you. Gonna Valor her and then smash. I swapped out the list we played this morning had 17 resources in it. And it's got two Howling Plains Bluegrass and then 1 Slow Shard. But honestly, I think it should probably just be two Howling or 3 Howling Plains Bluegrass. The Bluegrass have been pretty consistent. No, so Hex, in order, and I love this about Hex, in order to keep their formats fresh, they alternate rotating sets and cards. So gems rotate with the odd sets or change with the odd sets, and sets rotate out with the even numbered sets. It's okay. Kaigu matchups can be a little bit hard for this deck. I think the Kaigu matchups are the hard matches for this deck. If they're playing one of the configurations that has a bunch of Rancors and Seekers in it, it can be difficult. That being said, our opponent looks to be playing 61 cards, which likely means they're playing one of Novocaine's deck lists, and Novocaine's deck lists don't play 4 Seeker, so... If you're going to play Kaigu, would 10 out of 10 recommend maxing on Seekers and Rancors. That's your best card in your best matchup. Do I want to play Ardent Crusader on 3 here, or do I want to play Scion on 3? I'd like to play the Ardent Crusader. And we can make the... I guess if I play her now... This means my opponent can't attack in, which is valuable. Yeah, the decklist tool is neat. I hope they add Hex support at some point. No, I'm not really interested in Rock, but that's okay. Not every format has to appeal to every player. Are the costs for Hex decks? Whoa! Oh, they have a Gargalith. Okay, that's just like what? They're playing Novocaine's Greed Machine, so there's Gargalith in their deck. Got it. Burning Banner here. I'm gonna offer this trade. I think. Means my Phantom's gonna attack next turn more profitably. Hex is everything is cheaper than Magic the Gathering. That's... I know that... Yeah. Everything is cheaper than Magic. Magic is very expensive. The tier 1 decks in Hex usually range somewhere between like $80 and $150, and the ladder, and this is the most important thing about Hex, honestly, the ladder is completely free to play on, where you earn prizes, what I'm playing on right now. So if you buy a budget deck, you're not going to lose money while you're learning the game, and 2, while you're just like getting a better feel for that budget deck. So there are reasonable like tier 2, tier 3 budget decks that you can pick up for like 20, 30, 40 bucks. I actually keep a list of them on my website. They have a hero fall in their hand that we know about right now. Resource is phenomenal. I'd like to put another resource on top of my deck here. I'm going to play the Scion out, which makes a Valor. And then I think I'm just going to go ahead and Valor my Moonrise Elder here. This will encourage them to hero fall my Scion. Yep. And then next turn, hopefully they won't be holding up removal, and I can play this Intrepid Conjurer and go super wide. Deal. So opponent's probably going to have a Rot Paw Gang next turn. Yeah, I actually don't understand why Bride is $25. Bride isn't played in any of the most popular decks. Like, if you ask me to list the 3 best decks at Hex's current standard format, Bride isn't in any of them. They're not quite dead here yet, but they're pretty close. Do this, and then Valor, and Valor, and Valor, Valor. What a mutton! LOL. Last time I caught one of these lives, it was the 11-month anniversary. 15-month resubscription. Welcome back. Thank you for the continued support. Alright, so they could block 1, 2, 3, and then they'll gain 6, but they'll take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they're going to end up at 8 on this attack. So yeah, that seems fine. Nowhere near dead on the backswing. If they have Shard Seeker, I want to attack anyways here because all my stuff costs 1. We're gonna concede to a Seeker here. Good. Glad we had this conversation. Alright. Someone asked earlier why there's Hereafters in our board. This right here. This is why there's Hereafters in our board. This is why. This is the reason. So the crypt targeting, apparently it's inverted. So if they pick the first one, you pick the second one. Is how it works. Which is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. No, I really don't like bringing in Blinding Ire against the deck full of Eternal Seekers. I'd rather just kill them. I'm really not, like, they already want a Seeker for 1, so like you're never gonna win through a Seeker if you do that. And that's why, so like that game there, like, we'll be able to look at my opponent's deck list after this, but if they're playing Novocaine's deck list card for card, there are only 2 copies of Eternal Seeker in their deck. And, like, if my opponent didn't have one of their 2 copies of Eternal Seeker on 7 there, they were just stone dead to what otherwise should be a very good matchup for them. So put 4 Eternal Seekers in your Kaigalichu deck. If you're gonna mid-range well. So we just put 4 of the best card in your deck. I don't understand. Play all the copies of the best card your deck has to play. Novocaine is probably one of, if not the best constructed player in Hex right now. Just very, very good technical play every time I've covered one of their matches or watched it covered on other coverage, which means that he or they will do well with a worse configuration of a deck because their technical play can carry them through matches that worse players would be losing because their cards aren't carrying them. So like when I see someone that's a really strong player, you can't always assume a strong technical. You can't always assume that all of their card choices are right, because like Novacaine could probably put a bunch of bad cards in his Kaigalichu deck and still do well with it and win, because that's how TCGs work. When you're good at the game, I hate mid-ranging well. I really need exercise. I hate mid-ranging well. It's possible I should save this Intrepid Conjurer for after I play Scion. Like next turn I could go Scion Intrepid Conjurer and like make a... That's really good against us. And by that I mean it's just going to kill this Intrepid Conjurer, so I got punished for not waiting. So punished for my sequencing there. Especially considering I'm probably going to make a Valor this turn. Yeah, sure, Novacaine, but this is like almost certainly one of your older lists, right? The 61st card is like a sure sign that like you're the only Kaigalichu player that's doing that. Everyone else is respectable and cuts the 61st card. People often just like, especially like if there's someone that just like ladders once per season, they just like queue in with whatever the last configuration of a deck that they had was. Hero Fall on this Scion is going to feel really bad because we have the second one in our hand, but it is what it is. Ugh, that's actually pretty good. I guess it's not that good, right? I get to Heart of Embers, make a candle, and then Valor my Crusader, shoot their bride. I think I'm putting a non-resource on top of my deck here. Like, the banner's not going to have a huge impact on this board, so I think I'd rather just, like, get more action next turn. But I mean, like, Novacaine, even your latest lists don't have Force Seeker in them. Like, you didn't play Force Seeker in the last bash, right? That's fine. I'm at 19 now. Give it to me. Oh, playing around Strangle is an interesting reason to have Valored my Heart of Embers. That's interesting. Yeah, there's only 2 Seekers in your latest list. Culmination. All right, let's do it. Alrighty, sure. You just cast the Seekers for 7. It's okay. You just play the Seekers for 7. If you're worried about Vile, board out some Rotten Rancors. If you're worried about Vile, board out some Rotten Rancors. It's silly to not play 4 of the best card in your deck. Just objectively silly to not play 4 of the best card in your deck. Subjectively silly? That's probably a subjective. Oglin said objectively. Lol. If they double here, do I want to kill the Runier or the Crusader? I think I'd rather kill the Runier. Don't you dare tell me it's too greedy. Stop it. Stop it. Get out of here. It's too greedy. Your deck is powered by the Tears of Greed. Oh man, am I not getting Eternal Seeker? You lucky. Really do anything right now? Just attacking with this? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, look, they're trying to draw cards. Probably trying to draw to those 2 copies of Eternal Seeker that they have. Profile. That's fine, right? They don't have if we hit a shard for a banner here and they don't have a seeker, we're gonna be in a good spot. Alright, what am I taking out of their crypt? Probably as you can. Give my candles 1/1. Get some 2/2s in here. Alright. Board. Much clicking submit? I think I'm clicking submit. Alright, submit. Seems a little medium. If the Crusaders are good, my opponent mulligans. Oh yeah. Sniper. I went to 5, let's go. I boarded in 2 copies of Hereafter. Thank you very much. 3 copies of Hereafter. We drew a 2-drop like a professional. This ain't a 2-drop. With a 2-drop is a sniper keeper. The sneaperiest of keepers. I guess maybe because they have Bride, it's a little bit more incentive to bring in something like Martyr. Yeah, maybe Martyr should be in my deck right now. I'm not a fan of Ire in this matchup because of Seeker, but I think Martyr is fine. It's like a split removal anthem card. I'm gonna kill this Wartorn General, maybe. Maybe. Is it worth trading 1 point of damage for 1 point of damage, opponent? What do you think, friendo? What do you think, friendo? Another Hereafter. Drag multiple Hereafters kind of sucks. Please strangle my Crusader. Please strangle my Crusader. It means you're not hero falling my Crusader. Rats! Please don't hero fall my Crusader. Yeah, I think so, but I also think it's just like worse than having Martyr in your deck. I'm gonna play this out now just in case my opponent missequenced their removal here. I think they have a hero fall they want to use inside of combat. Non-zero chance that that's a thing. Correct, yeah, they don't have a Shin here currently. God, the Swift Strike in these Crusaders is so good in this matchup. Saving these Valors and cheap things for when I play the Scion out. They don't have any troops in their crypto, so I guess I really don't have to worry about them. That's what I'm looking for. Don't worry about them. Pretty good. Let's go Scion, and they're 2 turns away from Valor this and then Valor this. Triangle, sure. Still gonna Valor this one and crack for 10. I need to start jumping real soon. We're pretty far off a culmination. On 8. Need to dodge Seeker next turn. And again, is that just like always? It's just always the case, right? You're just like, man, I hope I... Oh, never mind. Alright, let's do that. Don't you want to banner? Don't you want to banner? Don't you want to banner? Bum ba dum ba 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 da ba 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 ba. So, like I said, people ask me, you know, opinion on the best deck in the format all the time. I think this is objectively the best deck in Hex's current constructed format until we rotate. I think Kaigu's probably the hardest matchup for it. And I don't think the Kaigu matchup is that bad for this deck. If you look at the results from the last bash, and this is why I love that Hex gives us data. This deck was beating Kaigu pretty consistently. All right. That being said,